We have another offering in the 2019 Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. Mag-aharap naman ngayon the Letran Knights up against the FEU TAMARAWS. We've seen these two teams already in the PBA D-League, of course, in their respective tournaments. Pero ngayon maghaharap in the Filoil Preseason Cup. Jot Sulit pa rin po and Juan Banal delivering the action. Later on, we will be joined by Miss Ira Pablo. And these are two teams, Juan, na kilalang kilala na rin natin. But what I love about FEU and Letran is year after year, they continue to reinvent themselves.
And again, they always surprise. You think, oh, baka humina na yan. Nag-graduate na yung kanilang mga veterano. But then again, they come up with a better lineup. Will actually top whatever lineup that they have in the previous year. And you're talking about two very, very strong teams that are mainstay in their own tournaments. And now they're coming clash head-to-head.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the Letran Knights muna and how this team had their first strike. They took a win over JRU.
And dominated the paint by getting rebounds and pounding the shaded area. Take a look at the number of rebounds. They were plus 11 in that category. And take a look at that. Because of the higher percentage attack in approaches to the basket, they actually had more free throws. 26 out of 37 free throw attempts for San Juan Letran.
And if you do not follow the D-League, well, number one, you should. Pero kung hindi nyo po alam, nagbalik na rin yung isa sa mga pinaka-importanting manlalaro sa kanila, Jeric Balanza, of course, had to undergo a surgery due to a brain tumor. But the great news is that Jeric is back with the team, and he's been playing very, very well. Now let's cross over to the other side. The FEU TAMARAWS, they will be playing their first game in the Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. Ito ang mga nakalista under their lineup. You see a lot of recognizable names.
Again, a lot of recognizable names would be an understatement. Coach pa lang, Olsen Racela, tas may Comboy ka, Kani ka pa, may Nunag ka, Stockton. Bienes is one of their big guys, and of course their captain, etong si Tuffin.
Of course, and FEU, they also lost some very important names. And, well, ganyan naman talaga sa FEU. Ganyan talaga sa college basketball. You know, the most number of years you can play is 5. But it's important to get the cycle going, and that's what we've seen from FEU. Sabi mo nga, ang dami pa rin mga bagong mga manlalarong handang magpakitang gilas para sa FEU, but these are the players that they had to say goodbye to.
Again, you've got Prince Orizo, definitely they're important. You've got Escoto, Tolentino, and Parker. And you know, with the kind of lineup that they have on paper right now, you barely felt the loss. I mean, probably their presence, but in terms of talent and output, you barely felt the loss of these veterans with such a tremendous deep bench for FEU.
Absolutely, and masusubukan niya ang FEU by Letran, who is coming off a very impressive win against JRU. Can the TAMARAWS start off their Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup with a win? We'll find out in just a bit. At this point, it's time to meet the starters.
Starting at guard number 19, Jap Pambid. And at forward number 27, King Caralipio. Coleo de San Juan de Letran Knights is led by Bonnie Tan. Here comes the starting five of the FEU TAMARAWS. Forward number 2, Alec Stockton. One guard number 13, LJ Gonzalez. At power forward number 15, Ray Bienes. Starting at guard number 21, Wendell Comboy. And at center number 35, Patrick Chuente. FEU TAMARAWS head coach is Olsen Racela. Referees for this ball game are Salvador Cortez Jr., Francisco Olivar, and Harry Santos.
Letran versus FEU. Pambid, Balanza, Caralipio, Balagasay, and Ambot starting for the Knights. It's Gonzalez, Stockton, Chuente, Comboy, and Bienes for the TAMARAWS. Parang guns out agad tong mga coaches natin, no?
Kalabasan ka agad eh.
At titingnan mo yung dalawang benches talaga with the coaching staff. A lot of talented players, former players, also there on both ends. You have an L.A. Tenorio para sa Letran as assistant coach. You mentioned Olsen Racel, of course, for the FEU. But the first say in this game has come from Letran.
Again, Jeric Balanza, he is an all-around scorer. This guy can find ways. He scores in bunches. Grabe yung output nito sa D-League. May kasama pa siya dong katulong pagdating sa D-League na hindi nila kasama dito sa kanilang kupunan sa Filoil. But this guy definitely, as soon as he really looks for the ball and his teammates actually look for him.
That's right. You're talking about Alvin Pasaol, no? The tag team partner ni Balanza in the D-League where they carry Petron, Letran. But here, Letran core lang. And Balanza again having something to do with that play. Passing that to Caralipio, finishes for the DEUS.
You know, and the way I see Balanza and how the role that he plays here in Letran is he's like a James Harden to the Houston Rockets. You know, a lot of their offense runs around him.
Pambid tried to carve out space underneath. Na foul naman siya ni Gonzalez. Medyo double whammy yun for LJ. He committed the turnover on one end, tapos committed a foul on Pambid.
You know, Judd, FEU has a lot invested on LJ Gonzalez. I actually love calling him Speedy Gonzalez. He's coming from high school, and yet he's got the minutes the minutes that is enough to actually get him to that status where they can rely on him during endgame situations.
Caralipio now with 4 points. Quick start sa kanya, no? And knowing what you know about these two teams, again, we see them a lot, whether it's in the UAAP NCAA or the PBA D-League, of course. What do you know of the character? Itong dalawang koponan. What's the kind of basketball they like to play?
They are mainstays when you talk about UAAP NCAA. Definitely, if you ask any person and they'll say, oh, ano ang mga koponan na kilala mo? Malamang, pag sinabing NCAA, nandyan yung Letran. Pag sinabi mo rin yung UAP, nandyan yung FEU. These are two mainstays who have very long basketball tradition. And take a look at your screens. That is the coach of Letran, Coach Bonnie Tan. Unfortunately, we didn't catch Coach L.A. Tenorio on that bench.
Oh, that's the first make for FEU. Comboy providing the three-pointer. We are already seeing yung depth ng guards ng FEU. No? They're starting off with a 3-guard lineup in Gonzalez, Comboy, and Stockton. Ang dami pa nilang bala sa bench nila.
I was about to say, may mga kapalit pa yan. But take a look at the steady jumper from the 3. Balanza gave too much space for Comboy.
Simple lang eh, no? It was just a flare screen.
Temptation talaga, natitira talaga niya yun.
Balagasay, mid-range J is good.
That mid-range of Balagasay, we've seen that time and again, and he's now forcing to see Chuete to actually move out of the shaded area, and that leaves Balanza also an open lane to the basket.
Stockton looking for Chuente. Ang ganda ng drop step niya, but before that, solid in yung seal.
And just so much height that is being given up in that play. Chuente, very simple. One step only to the basket was all he needed.
Caralipio pinapahirapan, or that's Pambid, pinapahirapan ni Gonzalez. You know, I see a lot of Mark Baroca, a lot of Gio Alalo in LJ Gonzalez, but this deserves another look. That beautiful seal and drop step coming from Patrick Chuente.
And it was a quick drop set because if he stayed any longer in the shaded area, he would have been called a 3 seconds. So the timing was perfect of the pass.
Bienes lost the basketball. That's a 3rd FEU turnover. Caralipio attacking, scoring again. Guy's got 6 points.
He's enjoying that open floor. If they don't put a man on him early on, before he picks up that dribble, they're going to have problems.
I'm not sure if that was a lob pass o nabitawan lang ni
Nabitawan
Wendell
lang.
Comboy.
Mahaba lang talaga yung kamay nito ni Chuente.
Kaso nagmintis nga si Patrick. Here's Balanza working with Balagasay. Humihingi sa ilalim si Caralipio. Great hustle there for Stockton.
But there's something wrong with entry passes. Both teams playing well those passing lanes, anticipating the entry pass. But medyo malambot naman yung mga bigay ng kanilang mga kakampi.
10-5 is our score. Lamang ang Letran. 6 of their 10 points coming from King Caralipio. Magkakaroon na maagang palitan ng dalawang coaches dito. Barkley Ebonia entering the game for Branray Bienes. And Pambid will also be replaced by Rayson.
Alam mo to si Barkley, one of the 2 remaining players who had that UAP season 78 title team. Silang dalawa na lang ni Wendell Comboy ang natitira from that lineup.
And he has grown, hindi lang height pati yung laro niya. Grown so much since then, and also obviously has taken on a much bigger role. Pero so far, nahihirapan ng FEU mapigilan yung magandang ikot ng bola ng Letran.
And they always find that shade that everybody has been moving around the rim, and then that extra pass, very good spacing for Letran.
It was a good deception there, dumping it to the post. Tapos mayroon kang biglang diving towards the paint na Balagasay. Could not complete the three-point play though. Still, it's a 12-5 advantage para sa Letran. Gonzalez pressured by Rayson. Rayson was caught with his hand in the cookie jar, gets called for a foul.
And I think those are the few things that ILJ Gonzalez will have to learn. You know, when he can use his speed to his advantage by measuring up the defender and then take it strong to the basket. Kanina pa siya nag-turnover because ina-anticipate ng mga kalaban niya yung kanyang mga movement. So just to mix it up a little bit, you have to have that offensive threat.
Homeboy. Another one from outside. That's two triples for Comboy.
Lanza again a little bit too far, allowing that pull-up by Comboy, and he's paid dearly with 2 threes now.
Caralipio. Mid-dish at that time, and it's Chuente collecting the rebound. Gonzalez puts his head down attacking, and that's why you call him speedy.
That's what we were talking about. He attempted that a while ago, but was called a foul on. This time successful with that drive. Now it's going to make the Letran defense think twice if they need to sag or what.
Balanza labas kay Ambot. He has that outside shot, pero this time opts to go nearer, draws a foul on Stockton. And that was a product of the switch that Letran forced. Bigla napunta yung mas maliit na Stockton on Geo Ambohot.
Ebonia bit on that pump fake of Ambohot from the three because he does have that outside shot. And just with a little pump fake was able to get him on the air and then drive to the basket. And Stockton was forced to help out, but had poor timing and poor positioning resulted to Ambot now shooting 2 free throws.
Score is 12-10. Letran up. Gusto pa dagdagan ni Ambohot at the line. He misses.
Sayang yung opportunities ng Letran. They could have been up now if only they made free throws.
Ambot, the second one. That's good. Ambot, 1 point pa lang. That free throw was his only point in the game. About 4.5 remaining in the first quarter. Nunag goes to Ebonia. Nice two-man game there, resulting to 2 points.
The agility of Barkley Ebonia to move quickly and dive after giving the screen. That a little delay that he's caused because of that pick and roll allowed him to get a better look at the basket. But look at Balanza go to work.
Ito si Balanza, he's a bucket getter. Kapag gusto niya makapuntos, you can just put the ball in his hands and he will likely provide. Agaw na naman ang Letran. Rayson looking for teammates. Pass was a bit off, recovered by Balanza. They still have a lot of time sa kanilang shot clock. Ular, the handoff to Rayson. Balanza has size advantage against Nunag. Rayson, difficult shot. Wala. Ebonia caught, warding off. That's going to be a foul on him. Kanina pa pala penalty itong FEU, so that will mean two more free throws para sa Letran. Mina will be taking them.
And you can see the difference in rotation. Coach also in Rosella now. There's more of a difference in the lines. You've got Bienes sitting early in the bench, Chuentes sitting early on the bench. Like what you said, this is the role of a preseason. They're able to rotate and experiment and at the same time maintain the high level of competition because the teams that you're playing against are actually top level calibers.
3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Nunag. Ebonia giving the screen para kay Gonzalez. LJ straight to the rack. Supposedly kicking it out to Nunag. Pero disrupted by Balanza. LJ had that one nice attack, pero other than that, not a lot of impact as he heads to the bench. Getting replaced by Royce Alforque. Yan, isa na namang rookie para sa FEU. 2 seconds to shoot, they have to go. Nunag puts it up. That's gonna be a shot clock violation. Coach Olsen Racela pointing out that there's a mistake dun sa kanilang execution of that play.
Barkley Abonia had no idea. He held on to the ball quite long than he should, which resulted in that shot clock.
Bohot, the big man putting the ball on the floor. Binigay kay Minya. Here's a Bohot. Rayson was open for a while, couldn't hit the three-pointer. Here comes the FEU. Alforque to the corner. 3 ball, no good for Nunag. Battle for the board, taken by Rayson, but he was bothered. Naghanap ng foul si Coach Bonitan, none whistled.
And with this kind of lineup on the floor, who do you expect to take the shot for FEU? And I'm assuming it's Nunag. But let's see how this experiment of Coach Olsen Racela will turn out.
Well, there it goes. Nunag nga ang tumira, and he provides the points for FEU, bringing their team within 2 points.
Interesting, Coach Boni hasn't made any major substitutions. Balanza is still on the floor. Ambohot is still on the floor.
Balanza using the screen. Getting the 3 to fall. At hindi lang yung 3 yung nahulog. Pati yung defender in Jack Gloria.
But Balanza, this guy can score anywhere. 7 points now para sa Letranista.
Nuna gets bumped. Shot would have counted to nahulog, but it rimmed out at the last moment. Take a look at this. Nagkaroon kasi ng confusion or parang naapakan pa yata ni Balanza yung paa ni Gloria, and when he fell, yung isa pang kakampi ni Gloria, who is Barkley Abonia, almost tripped over him. So at that point, nawala talaga yung depensa.
And again, alam naman natin na ngayon lang maghaharap tong mga parehas na kupunan to. But if you do your scouting against Petron, you always have to have a man on Balanza. Hindi pwedeng nagkaroon ngayon ng miscommunication, bumagsak yung talagang dumidepensa kay Balanza, and then you just run to the paint. Barkley Abonia, I think, should have stayed with Balanza because he will. All he needs is an inch of space to take a shot, and he will always take it.
And I'm really impressed with Jeric Balanza. Hindi lang doon sa performance niya, pero the story behind it.
Yeah, the
Imagine
comeback.
coming back from a surgery on your head for brain tumor, and yung willpower mo, the dedication that
and
you
to still
want
play
to
at this level.
Exactly, di ba? Parang, and it's like, lalo pang gumanda yung performance niya after that. At nagkakaroon pa siya ng mga katulong as Mina knocking down that shot. Pito na ang lamang ng Letran. Nunag, they go inside to Flores. Ball is lost. That's another turnover for FEU. They've collected a lot here in the first period.
Just too many people trying to do more than what they're supposed to. Moving the ball is the key rather than putting it on the floor.
Oh, that time Gloria playing excellent defense on Balanza. A minute remaining in the first period. Flores. Gloria comes out to get it. Cadence Flores. Hindi mahuhulog yung kanyang jumper. Oh, that pass is gonna be too strong. Larry Muyang back with the Letran Knights. He was gone for a while, had to sit some games out in the PBA D-League to rest, but here he is trying to help his Letran squad. And well, their team is up by 7 points right now, 22 to 15 with 42.2 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
You are still watching the Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. After the departure of the 6 players from the FEU TAMARAWS, Coach Olsen Rosella is rebuilding his group, and in line with that, he wants to stick to the basketball program of FEU, which is to develop his players and to teach them how to play with a brave spirit. Kaya naman ang ginagamit nilang hashtag tuwing may laro sila ay hashtag Be Brave. And because of their young core, there are no heavy expectations from Coach Olsen. Gusto lang niya makita na nag-i-improve ang kanyang mga players every game dito sa Preseason Cup. Balik sa inyo, Jot and Juan.
Thanks, Ira. You know, Juan, ganun talaga. I can imagine being a coach in college basketball. It's more than just building the basketball part of it, yung mental toughness. Of course, sometimes you also have to be a coach outside the basketball court.
And tumataguhit nga na tatay itong mga coaches natin. And I've had a couple of good coaches that even today, I recognize them as really influential people in my life. And, you know, Coach Olsen Rosella, the fact that you relieve your players from the pressure, and he said, you know, he doesn't have to be, I don't have to be that impressed. We just want to improve every single game. That's just our short-term goal. And that alone is enough to get your players going.
And that is what the off-season and the preseason is for. Now, it's not like you don't want to win kapag preseason. Pero pagdating talaga ng actual season, ng tournament na pinag-aandaan mo, that's where you want to be coming out with wins day in and day out.
And that's why it's important to win, because as coaches, losing is not okay. I mean, at some point, you don't want to develop that losing culture. You want that winning culture. You want your players to get used to winning, and so that they can carry that over to their main tournament.
Nina couldn't get that. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Petron taking a 7-point lead. And it was really Jering Balanza who set the tone para sa kanila. Coming out firing and hitting big shots.
And again, you gotta appreciate the culture that Letran is setting now.
It's a 22-15 advantage. Letran up by 7 at the end of the first 10 minutes. Nakakatawa tong Filoil, no? And in this 13th season, of course, we've always had the collegiate division. Pero hindi tayong juniors division. But I really want to catch a game of the 11 and under.
And it's interesting, but take a look at this.
Yeah, let's take a look at this
Balanza
first.
against JRU, 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Alam mo, parang wala lang yun sa kanya. No common numbers.
That's true.
Actually, di nga tayo impressed because given yung 25 points for Balanza, mahina pa nga yung ganong klaseng numero because we've seen him put up 30-plus points in the PBA D-League.
Absolutely. And Balanza, I'm just excited for the season of this kid because he is really bouncing off of something serious na pinagdaanan niya, but his dedication is on full display. Yun din naman ang pinakita ni Flores on that shot. There was a hand on the ball already, but
Yun ang pure muscle talaga ang
Exactly.
pinakita niya. Strength.
Ular finds an opening. Maganda rin naman yung pagkakaset up sa kanya. And the ball movement of Letran has been on a premium here in this
And
first
it's
half.
not too much. No unnecessary movements are all eliminated. They're very strategic, very precise, small movements lang, but very efficient because all you need is to get a man open. You don't have to be elaborate with your plays. There's another
Nice
one.
slip there from Muyang. Ang ganda ng connection nila ni Olivario. Parang nagkindatan lang and then kumalas si Muyang from setting that screen.
And alam mo, if you've got a team, like especially Coach Bonnie, is trying to, bring in his whole culture and trying to get Letran into game form. The more games that you play, the better the chemistry is developed. And that was a good result of what we were talking about. They've been playing with so many teams already, have been gone through pressure against other teams. Yung mga ganyang kindatan, alam na nila yan.
25-17, the advantage for Letran. Larry Muyang had a stint with the De La Salle Green Archers before moving and finding himself with the Letran Knights, a big part of the Knights squad.
Interesting si Balanza. Nakaupo na lahat ng tao. Bumalik na yung starters ng FEU. Siya, nandun pa rin.
Masyado niya raw na miss yung basketball. So he's making up for the time that he was out.
But see here, look, Coach Olsen assuming from our end lang, gusto niya mabigyan ng pagkakataon yung mga ibang manilalaro. From Coach Bonnie's perspective naman, gusto niyang masanay naman to siguro si Balanza na magbubuhat ka talaga ng team. At masanay ka na ganyang kahaba yung mga minuto mo habang maaga pa, alam mo na kagad, get your conditioning right.
That's true. And, I was talking to Jeric bago yung debut, after his debut in the D-League. As you take a look at that sweet move, di lang natapos, pero Renato Ular was there to put it back in. Sabi niya sobrang excited siya, di raw siya makatulog dun sa first, kasi yung debut niya in the D-League was his very first official game back after that surgery. Taas ang sama raw ng laro niya dun dahil sobrang gigil siya. So, this could also be in the grand scheme of letting Jeric settle back into the mood, the groove, the rhythm that he used to play with.
And they're gonna be needing him. Compared to D-League, syempre meron ka pang katulong dun. But dito, siya talaga ang bumubuo sa team niya. But what I like is that everybody appreciates that. In his team, everybody knows their role. Nobody's doing more than what they're supposed to. And they're really, literally giving the ball to Balanza.
Here's Comboy. Oh, miscommunication. Bienes did not realize the pass was for him.
And for some reason, the starters of FEU not really in sync.
Balanza, binabatay ni Casino. They gave it to Muyang. Larry. Back out to Jeric Balanza. Leaves it for Ular. And Ular makes it. And he floated it up over the outstretched hands of Chuente.
Chuente immediately admitting the fault there. Take a look at this good dish. Right on the money. And Ular, ganda naman yung kanyang sinabot. 6 points in the ballgame.
That's back-to-back hits for Ato Ular, and he has given Letran a 12-point lead.
Open na? Hindi, turn over.
You're back with us here on 5+ for the continuing coverage of the 2019 Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. John Sulit, Juan Banal, at syempre kasama din natin Miss Ira Pablo.
Guys, before this game started, Coach Bonnie Tan already anticipated that he would be facing a veteran FEU team. Di niya alam na mas bata pa pala ang magiging kalaban niya. Kaya nasabi niya sa kanyang mga players na lamang sila sa laki at katawan pero dadaanin natin sila sa bilis at talino. Kaya dinagdag pa niya, malalaki ang katawan nila pero pare-parehas lang kayong mga player. That early memo from Coach Bonnie gave them a strong start here today. Balik sa inyo, Jot and Juan.
Thank you, Ira. Yan din talaga yung factor ng Filoil, because you can put so many players on the lineup but you can only play with so much diba, per game. So pwedeng magkaroon din ng gulatan. Hindi mo alam kung sino yung mga nasa active lineup on a daily basis.
And kasi it depends a lot also on how long the team has held this group, this bunch of guys together. So of course, Coach Bonnie coming in as a coach of Letran, ang gusto niya is ma-establish yung kanyang mga starters. Kaya naman mas tumatagal sila sa courts kaysa dun sa lineup ng FEU. Coach Olsen Rosella had this lineup for quite some time now. So what he's looking for is a deepening his bench. And so like that's what we appreciate about the preseason. It serves different purposes for different teams in the season that they are in.
Uh-oh, it's a bad look for Letran as Jeric Balanza is down on the floor holding on to parang yung kneecap niya, yung kinakapitan niya. Well, he's able to move it, which is initially a good sign. We hope that it's nothing too serious for Balanza. At least he's able to walk on his own 2 feet. But you see there's a limp do sa lakad niya.
Mukhang nagbibihis na si Alvin Pasaol eh. Nandun sa nagkanta.
Oo nga eh. Meron ba tayong hindi alam na trade? Hindi ba mag-trade sa dito? Hindi.
Well, nakita niya na na-injure si Alvin Pasaol is there behind the bench of Letran. So it might be suit. No, just kidding. He's not going to suit up.
No, but Pasaol, you know, you like what he's doing. Talagang na-embrace niya na yung pagiging part of the Petron Letran family.
In-embrace din siya.
Yes,
In-embrace
exactly.
talaga siya. He's got 15 points now in the ball game.
Comboy. Passes
6
to
points.
Gonzalez. Bienes setting the pick. LJ. Out to Ray Bienes. Straight away 3. No. Gonzalez gets the board. Now, that's one thing that reminds me of Mark Barroco kay LJ. He's an excellent rebounder as a guard. Bienes puts it back in.
Even Gio Halas. Ganun din.
Exactly, di ba? Mag-Magnolia kaya ito pag umangat sa PBA.
Kakatakot na yun, no? Sipin mo yun. May LJ ka na, may Mark Baroka ka pa.
Alam mo kung 5 yung kwartya mong ganun, baka hindi mo na kailangan ng sentro.
Sama mo na yung Marcelino Twins dun sa lineup na yun.
Exactly. FEU getting positives here. Caralipio misses. And the referee initially, sabi niya Letran ball, pero natakot yata sa sigaw.
Oo, na Coach Olsen talagang
mga taga FEU, but he admits his fault.
But you know, if there's anything that's happening right now, I think the scoring also of FEU for some reason has stopped. Their ability to put the ball there, and then LJ has been aggressive though, attacking the lane, but tumigil din yung puntos nila, you know? They've been trading baskets, not really making much stops, but the more aggressive team at this point is Letran in terms of scoring.
You know, it seems like LJ Gonzalez, itong pagbalik niyan sa sahig, he was given the green light. It's just attack and attack and attack. And hey, it has worked wonders for FEU. They are now knocking on the door of Letran. The biggest lead kanina of the Knights was 12 points, but now it's down to 4. Pwede pang bawasan ni LJ.
Only with 3 points. A lot of creative plays for LJ, but hindi pa talaga nagre-resulta. He's got only 4 points now, 2 of that from the free throw line.
You see FEU also extending the pressure to the backcourt. Letran medyo nahihirapan. They're able to break it though. Caralipio could not get that layup. Casino up high for the board. Almost fumbles that basketball. Gonzalez again. Now kicks it out. Comboy. Not this time. He had 3 3-pointers already.
And look at the lineup of FEU on the floor. You've got LJ Gonzalez, who with us in a split second can create a play for you, opportunities to drive to the basket. And then you've got Chuente, who can get the boards. You've got spot-up shooters in Comboy and Bienes. And then Casino, your athletic trailer, getting ready also to get that rebound. Such an offensive threat for this 5 of FEU.
Inbound to Gonzalez. See what they can do here. Comboy coming out. Quick trigger para kay Wendell. It doesn't go. Chance for Letran to draw closer. Mina orchestrating the offense, and oh, that's a careless turnover.
So Coach Olsen Rosella pointing to the floor in front of the ref. He's like, he's right in front of me, stepping on the line.
Mahirap ma-miss yung call na yun kung referee ka. Talagang makakarinig ka kay Coach Olsen at sa lahat ng mga nandun sa FEU bench. Well, the referee is on top of the situation.
You're seeing now the substitution pattern of Coach Olsen Racela. He's mixing up his rookies with his veterans.
Did anything change here that allowed FEU to climb back into the game?
And it's just a matter of aggressiveness. Now you've got LJ now making more decisions, take it strong to the basket. It has been producing a lot of open shots for their shooters and at the same time free throw opportunities.
Homeboy has missed his last 2 3-point shots.
There you go again, the drive and kick.
They get a 3-pointer from the corner pero hindi papasok. Matakbo ngayon ang Letran. So finally, nakapahinga na si Balanza. But that has caused some disarray in the offense of Letran. Kanina kasi whenever they are not able to manufacture good scoring opportunities, dump the ball into Jeric Balanza and let him go to work.
You know, but right now what they're trying to do is you don't need, okay, you don't have a go-to guy for your half-court set. So what they're doing is they're pushing the ball real quick, and that's how they get points now. They're running good screens for each other. No need for somebody to create just a single pass and then take the shot.
Miscommunication there, though. Well, I thought the fault could have been on Caralipio because he was cutting, but he was not looking at the ball. Like, even though siguro in the design of the play, hindi para sa kanya, you always have to be aware na pwedeng mapunta sa yung bola.
That's right. You cut with a purpose. And you have to cut as if you're a threat.
Meron lang tayong aayusin as, of course, to keep the coverage intact. Thanks for watching this one on 5+. I'm Chat Sulit with Juan Banal and Ira Pablo. Your 3-man team covering this game between the Letran Knights and the FEU Tamaraws. We will continue to bring you action of the 2019 Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup here on 5+. But in case you guys are free, alam nyo na po kung saan ginaganap ang mga laro in San Juan Filoil Flying V Center. So we'd love to have you join us here and witness the games live. Bienes, inugulo ni Sanggalang. Arcid Lunag. Cyrus Torres, a forward who can knock down that outside shot. Passes to LJ Gonzalez, who drops that elbow, Jay.
Again, I think the confidence is finally there for LJ. Like what you said, pagpasok ng second quarter, biglang nagkaroon ng green light to si LJ to create. They're just giving him free will to run plays for FEU. He's got 6 points.
Caralipio was a source of points for Lepan early in the game, pero mukhang nanlamig na. Ito si King.
Pero siya ang naging second option, no? Pagkadating, binibisan yung bola, drive to the basket, kami na bahala sa rebound.
Athletic finish for Nunag, hanging in the air, defying the defense of Fran Yu.
And finally, FEU has the lead, that 1-point lead after so long against Letran with that Nunag drive to the basket.
Nanahimik na itong Letran. Can they get points from this one? Not from Sanggalang. And Chuente being a force there by just being there.
Alam mo yung mga pabitin, kinuha lang niya na eh, tapos tinaas niya lang dun para ng asar pa eh.
Ang laking bagay talaga ng someone of Patrick Chuente's size. Gonzalez a bit wayward on the finish, but he got past his defender though.
Lost his legs there.
Iwan kay Muyang. And Muyang gets that over Chuente.
Yeah, good move by you, attracting the defense of Chuente and snuck in that pass for Muyang, sorry, check that.
3 points for Larry. Torres. FEU being pressured. They only have 7 seconds on the shot clock. Nunag working with Chuente. Joseph gets fouled. Natamaan pa sa mukha si Larry Muyang.
And this boy is slowly showing us what he's made of. His ability to weave through defenses and then find an opportunity to make that lay. Take a look at just that agility and good footwork and gliding. He's got that strong build as well to keep him in the air.
Alam mo, pinapanood ko to sa warm-ups lagi si Joseph Nunag. You give him an open court, he's gonna go up and throw it down. He has that ability.
So imagine that. He's got the physique and the athleticism that can go along, and he's going to be a deadly force to reckon for FEU. And he's a young guy just earning his minutes and earning his slot right now in the rotation of Coach Olsen Racela. But he is that strong source of points from that second unit.
Nunag gets that first free throw in.
Our
Ocher Pogoy. watching and sinusuportahan yung kanyang alma mater, the FEU TAMARAWS. Of course, part of that championship of FEU and one of the proudest products, TAMARAWS for sure. We have a timeout here with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 34-33 lamang pa rin ang FEU.
Streaming partner, Philippine TV Inquirer, the official media partner, Gatorade, LGR Sportswear, Meralco, Big Four, Reyes Barbecue, Molten, BPI, Brothers Burger, Nature Spring, Oxycan, and Black Mamba.
Alvin Pasaol, pakapi-kapi lang to sa gilid Relax na relax si Alvin
You know, this guy is such a character. You just love having him on the floor.
Oh,
There's
for
no
sure.
dull moment here for Alvin Pasaol.
Tinan mo siya, walang kamuang-muang na kinukuhanan siya. Relax lang siya sa tabi. Go chill, Alvin, dahil I'm sure your next battle is coming soon as well. Pero, you know, without a doubt, Pasaol is also a standard in college basketball. He's a bucket getter. That's what that guy
he
is.
came out of nowhere, all of a sudden scoring. Kaya he made a name for himself. Out of nowhere, there's no Pasaol, and then everybody's got the shock of their life, and then somebody's scoring what? How much points in a ball game?
I'm sure he would love to be able to help Letran in this game, but that's not an option for him. Letran will have to figure things out here. Dahil kanina lamang na sila by 12 points. Well, that is one way to get the lead back. Beautiful setup there. Muyang finishing with a deuce.
And again, great execution from Letran. Without their scorer na si Balanza, execution will be the key for them to be able to come up with 2 points.
Lunag looking for teammates. Torres, binigay doon sa kanto. Alforque did not have a lot of space, tried to create for himself, to no avail. Pero Flores gets the ball right back.
Hughes pass a little bit too short. Good intention though. Gets it back.
Yu takes the steal. Sanggalang bigay kay Ambohot. And that is a bucket and a bonus. Nagkaroon pa ng foul.
You can see you apologizing to the bench, and Coach Bonnie said, okay lang, nakuha mo naman yung steal eh.
Well, there's no better way to apologize than bumawi talaga. And, well, that is clearly a foul on Nunag. Actually, yung bangga niya nga siguro kay Sanggalang, foul na eh.
Yep. He's got 3 points now to si Ambohot. Oh, but
He knew that he was gonna miss, so he entered the free throw area a tad bit too early. Three-point lead for Letran. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Nunag being bothered by Pambid. Flores looking to help. Joseph Nunag, what an escape! Napaaga yung talon ni Muyang.
you know, he's got the making of a Paul League. You know, his
Oh,
stocky
yeah.
guard,
Yeah.
but the ability to be agile on the floor, weave through defense.
You know what I want to see now? That poly range. If he can add that, he would be a problem. So, mabilis din yung sagot ng Letran. Nunag has 9 points already. At sa kanya rin babalik ang bola, although he picks his dribble up. He had to find a teammate.
You like this pesky defense of Letran, Jotte. Yung active hands, walang madaling pasa for FEU.
Oh, he asked to see his range. He tried to show it, pero airball ang inabot ng kanyang three-point attempt. And for the last 14.2 seconds of the first half, papalitan muna ni Boboy si Nunag.
Unfortunately, we can't see itong si Kani on the bench. From what I heard, he injured his ankle.
He's not with the team today.
Yeah, no, he's actually behind the bench.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
But
Katabi ni Clifford Hopia.
Na-sprain kasi yung kanyang ankle in the PBAD League.
Ambohot. Way off. Muyang to beat the first quarter buzzer, first half buzzer. Not Muyang, but it was brand new who got that putback just in the nick of time. They're gonna review it, I believe, but I think it's good from the looks of it.
And if you're Coach Bonnie, look at this player go and work for you. Look at that short guy getting rebounds and putbacks for you after getting a steal and creating opportunities for you. Quality minutes from him, and if you're Coach Bonnie, you'll be happy.
That's gonna count. Kaya at pagdating ng halftime, it's gonna be a 5-point lead para sa Letran Knights, 41-36. At the half, it's a 5-point lead para sa Letran Knights over the FEU TAMARAWS thanks to that last-second putback ni Franyu to end the second quarter. Jot Sulit and Juan Banal pa rin po. Kasama natin, of course, Ira Pablo, delivering the action of the 2019 Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. 41-36 nga ating score, Juan. How would you assess the first 20 minutes?
And again, beautiful basketball by FEU towards the end, but a lot of the offense of Letran revolved around Balanza. But when he sustained that injury, and we're hoping he's pretty much okay, FEU smelled blood.
Yeah.
And then they started taking over. LJ Gonzalez took on that role and that helm together with Nunag just to take over that offense of FEU, especially in the second quarter.
You know, in the first part of this matchup, Letran got away and built an early lead. Pero yung FEU din bumalik din at some point, hindi naman naging basta-basta. Although the pace of the game was rather slow.
Well, again, because like what we said, a lot of both coaches experimenting on their lineup. This is not the usual lineup that they play, especially towards the end. A lot of mixing and matching for Coach Olsen Rosella. He's mixing up his young guns with the veterans that get a lot of playing time, and that at some point will definitely affect the fluidity of your offense.
Kanina umabot na ng 12 yung lamang ng Letran and then naagaw ng FEU. But then after that, Letran ulit. Let's take a look at some of the numbers.
Kaya naman itong Letran still up by 5 points. They're shooting at a high of 56%. Very, very high because of a lot of shots were actually taken in the shaded area. There were a lot of good spacing and good passing, which resulted to 11 assists. But the other hand, their 11 turnovers have hurt them, and FEU found that opportunity to make the runs.
You know what concerns me though for Letran is we're taking a look at their bench right now. Walang Jeric Balanza. I don't think I'm not sure kung di ko na nakikita from this angle, but earlier he hurt what seemed to be his left knee.
Yeah.
Tapos he got up on his own, walked back to the bench, pero mukhang he's receiving medical attention right now. That's a scary thought if you're a Letran Knight fan.
And again, but we're hoping that he's going to be okay, especially after he just this off season was his only opportunity to get back into basketball. We're hoping he's going to be okay, but at the same time, I think looking at the glass half full, that provides opportunities now for the rest of the guys to step up and bring out their A game.
Oh, Ular. That was an athletic one-handed putback. Napakaganda. He's got 8 points.
And this is a scary front line by Letran. You've got Ular, Ambohot, and Muyang.
If you're FEU, ano yung una mong gustong solusyonan to get back in this game?
Yeah, that's it. They seem too tentative. They seem too tense in their offense. Nobody wants to take over. Comboy in the beginning of the first quarter actually took a couple of good shots. But take a look at this replay. That is the scariest front line of Letran. Very athletic, and then you've got that strong build by Muyang, who's also a tremendous passer. Bien is missing his free throw. He's only got 2 points in this ball game. He is one of those sources of points for FEU and sources of leadership.
Went with an offensive rebound pero nawala. Pero iyan yung mga sa mga imports kasi sometimes they learn how to play basketball when they arrive here. Or they at least develop into the player that they need to be under the programs.
Yeah.
So Chuente does not look too comfortable yet na yung may pound dribble. Samantala, si Ular, he's looking a lot comfortable here. 10 points already for that man.
4 points to start the third quarter. That 6 points was also to end the second quarter.
You mentioned someone has to step up. Mukhang Ato Ular heeding that call. Oh, that's the second time that Chuente lost it by putting the ball on the floor.
That's what I'm talking about, Judd, when we're saying they're too tentative. It seems like nobody wants to attack the basket. They're just moving the ball without pure intention of scoring.
That was deflected, but ball will stay with Letran. Ular, the handoff back to Rayson. Bibigay muna sa labas kay Ambohot. We're seeing... That was a great block from Chuente. Sinasabi ng Letran, should have been a goaltending violation. I don't think they'll argue anymore kasi pumasok yung tres.
Ibigay na lang natin. Mas maganda na yung 3 points ni Olivario. But look at this pressure defense now. And Ambohot coming from the 3-point line, driving. He's done that in the first quarter.
You know, that's what I was about to say no, that we're seeing a different aspect of the game of Geo Ambohot. Pretty much playing and fulfilling that 3 role, no? Para siyang small forward dito for Letran.
That's right. And especially Ular is fantastic around the rim with his athleticism. But Ambohot is playing more like a Troy Rosario, you know? He's got that pull-up 3.
At kumapit si Ular. And so it's gonna be a foul on Ato.
Holding ground, number 17, Ato Ular, the second.
Pero lumobo na naman to into a 12-point lead para sa Letran Knights. FEU just having troubles right now. They haven't scored here in the 3rd quarter.
Look at that block by Chuente. And then, buti na lang, napaganda. Olivario draining that 3.
2.5 minutes have gone by here in the 3rd period. Gonzalez looking to take control. Siya kadalasan pinupunta ng FEU when in need of a bucket. But before they were even able to make an attempt, an offensive foul whistled on Patrick Chuente.
And it's a second turnover now of Chuente. And this is like something's got to give. You know, Chuente is giving them the height advantage and probably rebounds. But a lot of basketball sense and basketball feel of the game is also being let go of FEU by allowing Chuente to get more playing time. You know, these are small mistakes that would be costly. Alam naman natin, lumalaki at namamagana tong lamang ng Letran. It's a 12-point lead now.
Ito pa, bola pa ng Knights ngayon. They can add to their lead. They want it with Ambohot. Mas maliit yung kanyang bantay in Comboy. Oh, a traveling violation on Ambohot. I honestly did not see the travel there. What did you think?
I thought actually it was a foul. But,
Kala ko rin kasi sabay dun sa hampas ni Comboy. But apparently, the referee saw a travel bago nga nangyari yung hampas na yun.
You can see Coach Lou Gadong-Bato contesting that call.
He wants more clarity. Pero tayo, magta-timeout muna. 12-point lead para sa Letran. Ato Ular has stepped up mula nga nung nagkaroon ng injury si Jeric Balanza. Balanza is unsure kung makakabalik siya, but for now, it's Ular holding down the fort. Kita mo naman yung magandang putback niya kanina. And he's done a lot of damage here in the 3rd period once.
I think it's much shorter than Ambohot, but he's the one playing inside because Ambohot has that outside threat.
And it opens up a lot of opportunities para sa Letran kasi nga, they are able to maximize their weapons with Ambohot stepping out.
And they're going with this very tall lineup because they're going on a 2-3 zone. And immediately, LJ Gonzalez makes them pay for making that call. 9 points in the ball game.
FEU needs a lot more of that. Olivario, bigay kay Muya. This is looking like some dribble drive offense. Rayson, the kick out to Olivario. He hit one earlier from the corner. Mintis to. Pero ang sinasabi ni Tommy Olivario is he got hit by LJ Gonzalez. Ito si Torres, since he missed that first 3-point attempt, parang he's been shying away from shots.
Right? That's what I'm saying. FEU generally, they're all tentative.
Comboy hits a 3-pointer. Yan ang hindi tentative. That's already his 4th 3-pointer, and he has 14 points in total.
This guy is not gun shy. Definitely, if you leave him open, he'll take that. Sayang nga yung shootout nila ni Balanza, no?
That's true. One of the rare or the few bright spots right now for FEU. Sila ni LJ Gonzalez. Nalibre naman si Comboy. I thought he was gonna take that. He takes this one. Misses. Rayson comes away with it and he will slow things down. Kanino pumapabor yung mas mabagal na laro?
And Letran seems to be enjoying it.
They are very deliberate, no, in slowing things down.
And they seem to find an open guy. I think a step slower than yung depensa ng FEU.
Olivario.
See, take
What a
look at that.
pass there to Muya. Pero inabot. Yenes with a great defense there. The execution though was good. Kaya lang the recovery of the defenders was better. And also the finish on the other side for Gonzalez.
LJ Gonzalez, 11 points in his element with that open floor attack.
You're absolutely correct there now. Gonzalez is most deadly when he sees the open court. Muya.
That's a good move. I think reposting would be a good idea. See?
Muntiga pa siya magkaroon ng three-point play opportunity.
He was too far out of the shaded area to make any move because Suente is too long.
Eh, itong Letra nahahabol na sila because they are missing the services of their main man, Jeric Balanza. And Ira has some news on Jeric.
Jeric Balanza is still in the dugout and is being addressed by the medical team, giving him first aid attention measures. They're massaging his left leg dahil minaramdaman siyang pain sa kanyang mga muscles after that fall. It's still uncertain whether he is coming back into this game or not. As of the FEU TAMARAWS, there are 3 missing players in their lineup: si Hubert Cani, Kimli Baikin, and Kenneth Tuffin. So the coaching staff told them that they really have to step up in order to get back in the second half. They reminded them of their rebounds, take note of their turnovers, and to make better decisions inside the court. Balik sa inyo, Jot and Juan.
You know, interesting. Tuffin also pala is not in the lineup.
That's another major loss, no, for FEU. Well, you know what? So far, so good. See, Patrick Chuente just woke the entire Filoil Flying V center up with that two-handed jab.
But look at Ambohot out hustling to si Barkley Ebonia. Pwestuhan na lang ang pag-uusapan, but Ambohot wanted it more, was able to be quick on that rebound.
Apat na lang inahabol netong FEU. Let's take a look at this one more time. While we were getting news on injured players, sabi ni Chuente, I'm healthy, and I'm gonna show you this.
How are you gonna stop that? I mean,
You know how?
He didn't
You
even
get
have to
out
jump.
of a possible poster. That is how. You say, okay, next play mentality.
bawi na lang, bawi.
Oh, solid screen there for Ebonia. Comboy, another one, no good. Ebonia, big rebound for Barkley. And he bounces it off of Balagasay. Bola pa rin ng FEU. And ito yung mga sitwasyon that will really make you miss a guy like Jeric Balanza kapag kumakatok na sa pintuan mo yung FEU TAMARAWS.
Yun yung mga tira kasi ni Balanza because he can hit anywhere from the floor. It doesn't matter what the defense is giving him. He creates opportunities for him.
The TAMARAWS, Alforque loses it. Rayson picks it up.
Yeah, tremendous defense being shown out by Letran.
Ambohot muscles his way in. He was already blocked. He was already bumped. But Jeyo Ambohot still gets the 2 points.
And you know who should be credited also for that Ambohot? That Rayson pass. Took a risk, high return. That was threading the needle. He crossed 4 FEU players to get that Ambohot pass. And Ambohot was the only guy looking at him. FEU had no eyes on the ball.
A bit more insurance para sa Knights. They're up by 6 again. But they've had trouble at the free throw line. Troubles, that is. And as players were boxing out, nahuli si Olivari doing a little bit too much.
Homeboy is, I think, falling in love too much on his 3-point shots. He hasn't been making any. That was 3 consecutive misses already for him.
Nanlamig eh. And yung mahirap minsan sa halftime break. If you're a guy on fire, gusto mo tuloy-tuloy lang eh. Ayaw mong bumalik muna sa dugout.
These are open shots that they're giving him, apparently.
If you think about it, yung mga pinasok niya kanina in the first half, parang mas contested pa than the ones he's taking here in the third. Foul whistled, Olivario. That's back-to-back fouls on him. There you see Bergani in the background. Tabi nga ni Clifford Hopia, two of the guys who are missing this game for FEU. Pero malalim din naman kasi yung lineup nitong FEU Tamaraws. Especially sa guards.
Akala ko sabi mo, especially sa coaching staff.
Ay, oo. Alam mo, yung coaching staff na pwedeng starting five yan.
Oo nga eh.
Flores, there was an open Alforque underneath pero hindi na ibigay. Alforque has it. He gives it to Flores. Naglambitin pa sa ere na ipasok yung athletic layup.
Oh, I wouldn't have recognized that move from him because of all the muscles, and then he could actually jelly some shot.
Pambid goes to Ambohot. And that's the second time that Ambohot used his strength para makakuha ng 2 points.
Those long arms now is working to his favor. A shorter FEU defender has been paying the price. Take a look at that. Oh, beautiful.
You mentioned, you know, how well built Flores is and how this was an incredible finish for him. But on the other side, you would think na kaya niyang ma-absorb, no, yung bangga ni Ambohot and still maintain his ground and make it difficult for Gio. But again, back-to-back 3-point play opportunities, back-to-back times din na fail i-complete ni Gio.
You can see it in his face. He's a bit frustrated.
Flores misses that time.
Oh, again. Ambohot.
Ambohot goes up. It was,
Forced.
yeah, it was a tough attempt. Alforque to the corner. Nunag, money on the three.
Starting to show a wider range in his arsenal. He's got 12 points in the ball game.
A minute and a half remaining in the third period. Pambid has it, top of the key. Stockton umahabol sa kanya. Gives it to you. Fran Yu, elbow J, bucket.
Now the contribution of you to end the second quarter seems to be carried over here in the third. Just came in and immediately contributes.
Stockton in a world of trouble here. Found a way to keep the possession para sa FEU. Pero ipit na ipit siya doon ni Yu at Balagasay. O Sanggalang rather was there.
That was a well-timed half-court trap by Latran. Check that.
Yeah, you know, I like how you put it. Because hindi naman porket may dalawang tao on one player, it's already a good trap.
Yeah.
You have to catch that guy at the right spot, at the right moment. They caught him dun sa corner.
Yeah, the trapping area. It's the worst place to be with. The worst place to be in.
Coach Olsen Racela putting a lot of trust in Royce Alforque, the rookie, orchestrating the offense of FEU. Nagmente si Nunag. And off to the other side we go. Yu calling the shots. Takes a quick three-pointer and misses. Celso with the board.
That's heat check for you. That's heat check for you. Nakashoot ng perimeter jumper. Let's try it on the three.
A foul whistle there. Mina will be whistled for it, and he will be sending Joseph Nunag to the free throw line since they are in penalty already. Ato Ular will be replacing Gio Ambohot. Papasok din ulit si King Caralipio in lieu of Fran Yu. 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and FEU slowly inching closer to Letran. Binabana nila yung lamang, or in deficit, to just 4 points. That's 14 points now for Nunag.
Steady double-digit scoring for Nunag.
Pambid working against Alforque. Half a minute remaining in the third. They go to Sanggalang. Pinag-isipan yung jumper. Decides to drive closer. Napahirapan ng depensa. Caralipio. Bibigay sana ulit kay Sanggalang. It's taken away by FEU. Possible last shot of the third quarter. Alforque sees an opening and Alforque exposes the D.
Where was Letran looking?
Letran has one last chance here. Sanggalang puts it up, could not get it to go. And at the end of the third period, isa na lang yung hinahabol ng FEU. There was a lot of Wendell Comboy and a lot of LJ Gonzalez, a lot of FEU in the third quarter.
Again, Comboy just tried to break the ice for FEU. A lot of tentativity in their offense, but when he started draining his threes, he's able to bring out 14 points now in the ballgame with 3 assists and 3 rebounds.
Yun yung maganda sa kanya, no? He's getting points for himself, but he's also balancing it out by feeding and finding opportunities para sa kanyang mga kampe. It's only a 1-point game, and we have a full quarter ahead. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup.
Kayo ay nakatutok pa rin dito sa 2019 Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. PBA's Ironman LA Tenorio is happy to be part of the Letran's coaching staff. Aside from his achievements, the fact that he's still an active player in the PBA gives him that starstruck and idol factor from the Knights. He says what's good about the players is that they are willing to listen and learn. And for Coach LA Tenorio, that is the measurement kung magiging successful ang isang player o hindi. He sees himself in a coaching staff seat in the future after mga 5 years of PBA pa daw. Balik sa inyo, Jot and Juan.
Thanks, Ira. Imagine the opportunity and how blessed itong mga players ng Letran to be coached by one of the greatest to play the game here in the Philippines, LA Tenorio.
Yeah, you've got actually, it was started by Alex Cabagnot, no? Being the assistant coach of UP. And now you've got LA Tenorio following suit. Yung maganda dito kasi immediate yung pagpasa ng knowledge. He's still currently playing and at the same time being able to coach.
Dun din kasi yung bibilib kayo, no? The balance of the time of these players. LA meron niyang camp, naglalaro yan for Barangay Ginebra, and you know, he's still helping out another team here in Letran. You just have to be amazed with that man. Flores could not get the jumper. Forward pass, papunta kay Muyang. The defense was there. Pero yung pasa umabot. Although, Ular has been working so hard.
I was about to say, who again gets the rebound? Ular. With 3 FEU guys already there in the shaded area, Judd, he was still able to get that rebound.
You know, there hasn't been a single play that was designed for Ato Ular. Pero he has 10 points.
That's true.
And he has made a lot of impact in this ball game. Pabor para sa Letran.
You know, alam mo, napansin ko lang, ang dami ng knockout play nito ng Letran against FEU. Kasi lagi nakatalikod. They don't have eyes on the ball. And so you've got like guys like Larry Muyang and J.O. Amboat running down the floor with their eyes on the point guard. And with that quick wink, alam na kagad ng point guard na walang nakatingin sa'yo. Bibigay ko yung bola.
Sa dami ng knockout play nila, malapit na sila makulong. 56-55. Letran on top by 1 point. Here's Nunag. Si Gonzalez, he's had stretches na maganda yung mga napoproduce niya for FEU, but he's also had stretches like that, na parang series of turnovers or empty possessions caused by him.
And I think that's why Coach Olsen Racela is basically investing, but it's another good entry pass. Lob pass to Larry Muyang. Good footwork to get that correct position. But going back to your point, John, about LJ, it's an investment that Coach Olsen Racela is making right now. He's allowing him to make mistakes and allowing him to learn from these mistakes. But at the same time, you're getting these shots in return.
Masakit nga lang for FEU. He had his foot on the line. It's only a 2-pointer. And again, we talked about this already, Juan. You know, it's also a product of being so dominant in the high school level. Angat na angat siya dun eh. So whenever he runs, he just blows past people. And ang dali ng basketball sa kanya. It's different now here in the collegiate level. Grabe yung banggahan doon ni Caralipio at Lunag. No foul whistle, both men just standing their ground.
Pero nakawawa yung court, nagka-crack kaya ata.
Oo nga eh, tsaka may mga spark.
Oo, naramdaman yung banggaan eh.
And that was the long two knockdown by LJ Gonzalez.
Oh.
And that's another knockout play, but did not materialize for Letran as Ulara was a bit short on that attempt. Pero bumukas na naman yung opportunity na yun, and that should be alarming for FEU.
Now, the trend now is back to a 2-3 zone.
FEU trying to take the lead with this possession. Bienes attacking. Too strong. Chuente with a rebound. And that's a foul on Patrick Chuente. So it's going to be Letran basketball.
Wow, but Bienes hasn't been really a factor for FEU. He's been, you know, they're one of their go-to guys, especially he gets his spark from his outside shooting and then those floaters. But just in this ball game, hasn't found any range, hasn't had any shots going in for him.
Ooh. Gonzalez, hindi lang kasi pa ay mabilis sa kanya, pati yung kamay niya, and also his thinking.
Alam mo, kala nga natin, hindi pumipikit yung mata, pumipikit pala sa sobrang bilis eh. Parang lagi nakadilat eh. Ganun kabilis po to si LJ Gonzalez.
He's really incredible, a physical specimen. Oh, what a big shot from Pambit. And you saw his reaction, parang sa wakas pumasok din.
And alam mo, hindi makadikit-dikit tong FEU. Kala mo, nandiyan na siya, ready to take on the lead. But then Letran has an answer back.
Comboy, iwan kay Gonzalez. Step back, bigay kay Bienes. Here's an outside shot and finally falling as well for Ray Bienes.
Ako ang magsasabing sa wakas for Bienes' behalf. And we've been waiting for that shot to go in. 5 points in the ball game.
FEU almost getting the steal there too. Naubusan ng espasyo si Comboy. And this was already a bailout, no? Pero naging mabagal din kasi yung pag-close out ng Letran. They were so focused on stopping LJ Gonzalez.
This is one guy that hasn't had too much playing time. He started well in the first quarter for Letran, but because the rest of the guys, Ambohot, Muyang, and Ular have been playing well, he's only seeing a couple of more minutes this time.
FEU got the stop there. Can they get the bucket? Gonzalez bibitaw. No good. Caralipio. He gets fouled by Torres in that battle for the board. Gonzalez, he can knock down the shot, but I thought he had an open lane, which would have been a better opportunity for him.
And you know, every time LJ makes these decisions, I look at Coach Olsen Racela, and you can see in his demeanor that it's okay. It's okay for him. He knows that the returns will be greater as long as he allows LJ to make these mistakes.
Comboy way off on that attempt. Gonzalez. Now that's the kind of attack that you want from LJ, and that's why, namo, ito, maganda yung nakuha niya. He did not get the layup, but he gets fouled. He'll head to the line for two.
That happened like in a second. Take a look at this. Guys, that's already slow-mo, but it seems like regular speed for everyone that's watching the replay.
Kasi yung normal mode ni LJ Gonzalez, fast forward.
Fast forward. Times 4 yun, times 4. 13 points in the ball game. Pati si Vince, yung senya sa atin, napapabilis eh, dahil dun sa bilis ni LJ.
However, you know, for the longest time then in his high school career, Gonzalez's jumper was suspect. He's been working on it and we've seen improvement. Pero ito, he missed the first free throw, knocked down the second. Olivario, pinapahirapan. Ambo thought about the three, decides to go closer. Chuente closes the door.
That's the second time around. 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Olivario goes to Caralipio. King misses it. Ambohot, the offensive rebound, but it's taken away by FEU.
Sorry opportunity for Letran. Chuente was nowhere to be found. Bienes saving their life with that back tap.
Oh, Comboy gets the offensive board. Torres. No. And it's Muyang securing that basketball for Letran.
That single-hand rebound seems to be his trademark now. He's done that 3 times in this ball game.
Muyang to Balagasay. Bigay muna kay Olivario. They want the ball with Caralipio against the rookie, Cyrus Torres. 7 on the shot clock. Ambohod to Olivario. They have to go now. Olivario over 20.
What a bailout pull-up jumper. Tremendous composure with the shot clock winding down. He's got 5 points in the ball game.
Ang daming tinira ng Letran na makeable, na mas madali. Kung ano pa yung pinakamahirap, yung pa yung nalaglag. Gonzalez though. Oh, Olivario. That was a mistake on his part.
This guy teleports. You cannot leave him behind.
This
16
is-
points, Jut, for LJ.
This is a matchup I want to see. Olivario versus Gonzalez. They involve Muyang. Larry Muyang.
Letran is making big shots after big shots after big shots. Larry Muyang with 9 points.
LJ sending it to Bienes. Here's Torres. It's only a 2-point lead for Letran. Umaatake ngayon si Gonzalez. Bigay kay Torres. Bibitaw na naman. Short on that attempt. And it's taken by Letran.
But they're quick to get those loose balls tong Letran.
Caralipio.
And quick to get down on the floor.
And what a shot, you know. Dalawang beses na nagkaroon ng highlight block. Etong si Chuente. But unafraid was King Caralipio and he still got that layup. Credit that pass as well from Tommy Olivario. Like you said, no, it was a quick release. It had the right height to get past Chuente. And Patrick Chuente was actually the victim of the last 2 makes of Letran. You're back with us on 5+ as we bring in the action of the 2019 Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. Ito po larong to ay FEU versus Letran. We have a close one. It's only a 4-point lead for the Knights with 3.5 minutes left in the game. Jatsulit, Juan Banal, and Ira Pablo on the call for this one. LJ Gonzalez has been doing some heavy lifting para sa FEU. 16 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. But they still need more dahil 4 pa rin ang inahabol nila.
You see, the offense of FEU is actually there. The problem is they're not able to make the necessary stops for them to actually mount a comeback. LJ has been aggressive in the 4th quarter. Comboy has been making a couple of shots. Chuente is trying to get those rebounds, but they have to make those stops on the other end. Letran right now is just scoring at will.
Almost a turnover there. FEU gets bailed out by the foul called on Olivario.
Holding foul on number 3, Tommy Olivario, that is 4. Team foul number 2.
That's already the 4th foul on the Letran guard.
On the shot clock.
You know what's a good sign? We see Jeric Balanza now on the far end of the bench of Letran. So at least nandiyan na siya sa bench. Ira reported earlier that he was stuck in the dugout being attended to. Comboy, talagang nawala na yung mga tira niya. The Rim refuses to take in his shots. And Letran, they're slowing things down here. Olivario asking for Balagasay. No, now he asks for Muyang. 6 on the shot clock. Olivario to Muyang. Top of the key, Jay. No go.
Oh,
Ambohod. Nothing there. Balagasay keeps it alive. Ambohod saves the day.
what is happening to the rebounding. You know what? They're giving up height for speed, and they're paying the price. They've got a smaller lineup. Bienes right now is playing 4, but you've got a taller lineup of Letran, and they have been getting the offensive boards.
Ito na naman si Gonzalez, involving Bienes. Winning time has been announced here inside the Filoil Flying V Center. They go inside to Chuent. The ball is lost. Recovered by Comboy. He puts it up. And it has been very difficult for FEU here in the fourth quarter.
Foul number 27, Mika Ranipion is first. Alex Stockton replacing LJ Gonzalez. 2 foul shots.
Lalabas muna si LJ Gonzalez. Will get some well-deserved rest. In the meantime, Comboy looking to make sure that they still get a fighting chance here. Magiging very important yung next few possessions, including this free throw for Comboy.
You want to get the ball rolling if you're FEU. Your offense is there. It has been consistent. Now they have to make stops. Nobody's talking, nobody's communicating, nobody's boxing out. They're a little bit slower to those loose balls. And Letran is okay with that. If we're going to trade baskets and we're up by this much, we're going to end up winning.
A minute and 49 remaining. Apat lang naman yung abante ng Letran. So this is very possible for FEU.
This is a defensive lineup now of Coach Olsen Racela.
We didn't really see much of Alex Stockton, although ngayon yan, ang depensa ang kailangan. Gagamitin siya ni Coach O. Olivario getting into Caralipio. Intended for Muyang. Larry inside, draws the foul. He'll head to the line.
Such patience. You know, they're veterans when they know that even if they're in a tight spot, they're not going to take hurried shots. They're going to make and look for a better option. Larry Muyang was patient in the paint and was able to get that foul.
And the thing about it as well is, hindi naman siya, naging malinis yung possession na yun.
Right.
It was actually disrupted by FEU. Munti ka na nga maagaw.
Pero ito yung sinasabi natin, Jud, that Letran for some reason is quicker to lose balls, even if it's their fault.
That's right.
But the loose balls still fall in the hands of Letran. They seem to have a knack for the ball at this point.
And Muyang adds to the lead of Letran. He has a chance to extend it to 6. And does so.
Substitution Ray is coming in for Martin Ibonia.
71-65. So you see Coach Olsen Racela making situational substitutions. Binalik na ulit si Gonzalez. LJ working against Kurt Rayson. Gonzalez looking to attack. Nunag now. Gonzalez, oh, it's so difficult right now for FEU. And that's going to be a push on Nunag. And that will mean 2 more free throws para sa Letran.
Like I said, Jud, quick to get back on their man. Letran quick to get those loose balls, quick to get those rebounds. Very good defensive rotation for Letran.
And yung defensive rotation na yun that you're talking about, Juan, I think the thing that really highlights it, how many times has an FEU player gone up for a shot and had to pass out?
That's right.
Diba? Had to shift. Earlier, napaganda.
And it was honest good defense.
Exactly,
Hindi yung overstepping their momentum, just good challenge. They don't need to block the shots, but they've been forcing that last-minute pass on.
Caralipio could only get 1 of 2 shots. FEU needs perfect execution from here on out. Nuna getting the 2 points. Stops naman niya yun, hinahanap ng TAMARAWS. Ambot receives that pass.
Oh!
And it's taken away by Nunag.
Ambot could have just held on to that ball.
Oh, good strip from Olivario. And that was great defense, no? Hindi madali yung ginawa niya. Just make a swipe at someone as quick, as shifty as LJ Gonzalez. Pero basang-basa ni Tommy yung gustong gawin ng FEU Tamaraw. Letran still up by 5. We have 42.4 seconds remaining in the game. Take a look at Scotty Thompson and R.R. Pugoy. You know, some of them, both of those guys played here in the Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup before. And well, their alma maters are very, very proud of them. Also, some of the other fans enjoying the action here inside the Filoil Flying V Arena. Actually, after nito, maglalaro rin ng Perpetual eh.
I think the juniors division, no?
Yeah.
The juniors division of Perpetual and LaSalle Greenhills.
So I think that's also why Scotty Thompson is here. They understand what kind of situation the Filoil put them in to be able to show their skills. Oh, a sorry miss there for Nunag. You know what? That miss, that could be it.
Yep.
Masakit yung mintis na yun. FEU not fouling yet.
You can see Letran so composed.
And there finally, LJ Gonzalez giving up a foul. With 18.8 seconds remaining, still 5-point lead for Letran. Tama ka, yung composure ng Letran has been on display all game long.
Olivario, quiet 5 points, but quality minutes, Jack. 6 points now in the ballgame with that free throw.
Tsaka yung impact niya in the game is not in terms of scoring, not
Yep.
even assisting it, but
Yeah.
it's just making sure everyone is
Walang
composed.
turnover.
Yes, exactly.
Pag kinokontrol niya yung laban, nadidepensahan niya to si LJ.
That's a three-pointer from Guinness. It's a 4-point lead for Letran. May kaya pa ba itong FEU? Caralipio. Forward pass to Ambohot. FEU now trying to foul. Oh, look at Letran. Waste away so much time there.
And that's what you were talking about. Olivario again. Making that happen for them. Very composed. Didn't force any issue. He's been doing that all game long.
And that's going to be enough, supposedly, for Letran to come away with a victory here. Especially after Matic Muyang gets that first free throw in. What a performance for him. 12 points, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, I think it's more of a breakout game for Vladimir.
And that buzzer will make it official. Letran will collect their second win of the tournament with a 75-70 win over the debuting FEU TAMARAWS.
And again, wonderful performance by Letran. Losing a guy that they heavily depend on in terms of scoring in Balanza, getting enough rest, but the rest of the guy picked up from where he left off, played tremendously as one unit, being first to the ball, being first to the rebounds, very composed. Their veteran aspects came out and experience. That's what they needed to beat this FEU team.
Tama yun. And when it comes to the basketball that Letran played, nawala nga si Jeric Balanza, the core guy, the main man of this team. But a lot of other guys stepped up. Kaya itong player natin, player of the game is Jay Obod, but he did not post whopping numbers because it was a team effort.
And again, tremendous showing for every single player. I mean, sadly we have to pick one player of the game, but I think everybody else, especially that finishing 5, made it happen.
At yun yung ating best player, Jay Ombot, kasama ni Ira ngayon.
Kausapin natin ang ating best player of the game na si Gio Ambohot. Gio, FEU had their runs, pero paano na-maintain ng Knights ang composure all throughout the game?
Siguro sa depensa namin, kaya siguro na stop namin yung mga offense nila. Siguro yun.
Gio, sabi sa akin ni Coach Bonnie Tan kanina na hindi niya kino-consider yung unang panalo nyo against JRU, pero ngayon mo consider niya na ba itong panalo nyo na to?
Ewan ko sa kanya kasi siya yung nakakaalam. Siguro nakakonsider niya kasi nakadalawang panalo na kami. Siguro yun.
Alright, maraming salamat. Ay, sino mga gusto mong batiin?
Binabati ko yung mga parents ko na, yung parents ko na nanonood ngayon na sa Davao. Yun lang po. At saka sa sumusuporta ng Letran, maraming salamat po sa inyo. Yun lang po.
Congratulations ulit sa'yo, Gio. Balik sa inyo, Jot and Juan.
Congratulations, Jay Ambot and the Letran Knights. They now are 2-0 here in the 2019 Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. That will do it for us, for my partner, Juan Banal, for Ira Pablo. Patrolling the sidelines, my name is Jud Sulit. Thanking you for watching this presentation, and do please continue to follow the 13th Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup only on 5+.